Hey there. So, if you're a local tour guide, you know that sharing your city's stories, well, that's your passion, right? But what happens when the business side of things starts getting in the way? Today, we're going to talk about how some really accessible AI can become your secret weapon, helping you automate all that tedious growth stuff so you can get back to doing what you actually love. Let's dive in. This is the heart of it all, isn't it? You're not just pointing out buildings, you're crafting memories. You're the reason a traveler's trip goes from just good to absolutely truly unforgettable. It's that human connection, that personal touch, that makes all the difference. But let's be real for a second. That passion doesn't pay the bills, and it definitely doesn't answer emails at midnight. So what happens when the admin work, the marketing, the constant hunt for new clients? What happens when that starts to feel bigger than the joy of guiding? That's the real problem we're going to tackle today. So, yeah, let's start by just calling it what it is. It's this constant tug of war between the immense passion you have for what you do and the very real day-to-day pressure that comes with running a business. I mean, really think about it. One moment, you're this captivating storyteller, an expert on local history. And the very next, you're a marketer, you're an accountant, you're a scheduler, you're customer service. Wearing all those hats, it's completely exhausting, and it can really pull you away from your zone of genius. So let's get into the weeds a little bit. What are the actual struggles of being a guide today? Why does it feel so tough to find new clients? And just as importantly, keep them coming back. I mean, does any of this sound painfully familiar? You're trying to get noticed online, but you're up against these giant booking platforms. You're drowning in paperwork instead of creating cool new tours. You know you should follow up with every guest, but honestly, who has the time? And on top of it all, travelers now expect you to reply instantly, 24/7. It can really feel like an uphill battle. And this slide, man, this just lays it all out. Travelers today expect everything to be instant, personalized, and seamless. It's the standard set by pretty much every other online business. But when you're doing it all by hand, the reality is often delayed replies, kind of generic messages, and that endless email back and forth just to get one booking confirmed. That mismatch, that's where you lose people. So what's the fix? Well, it's not about working harder. No way. It's about working smarter. So let's introduce you to your new best friend, an AI assistant. And listen, don't think of this as some scary, complicated tech. Think of it as your most reliable employee, one who works for you around the clock and never calls in sick. So what even is an AI assistant? It's really just a system of smart, pretty easy to use tools that are all connected. They basically talk to each other to handle all that repetitive stuff, the marketing, the emails, the scheduling, which frees you up to be the amazing guide you actually are. Now, this is so important. I want to be crystal clear here. We're not talking about replacing you or your unique personality. This is all about amplifying your personal touch. It's about letting you give that awesome, customized experience to more people, more often, without completely burning yourself out. Okay, so that all sounds good in theory, right? But how does this actually work? What does it look like in the real world? Let's break down the system and see how all the pieces connect. It really boils down to 4 simple steps. First, we need a way to capture every single person who shows interest. Second, we organize all their info in one central hub. Third, we use that information to talk to them in a way that feels really personal. And fourth, this is the magic part, we connect it all so it just runs on its own. And here's where the specific tools come into play. A potential client finds your website and fills out a form using something like fillout.com. Instantly, all that info gets zapped over to Notion, which acts like the brain of your business. But make.com, that's the secret sauce. It's the glue. It sees that new person come in, tells Notion to log it, and then it tells ChatGPT to write a personalized welcome email using their details. It makes everything work together like a well-oiled machine. So what does life look like once the system is up and running? The change is, well, it's pretty huge. Let's take a look at the after state for your business and, honestly, for your sanity. This right here, this is the dream. Look at how your time gets completely rebalanced. That giant slice of your life that was eaten up by admin and marketing, it shrinks way down. And the time you spend actually out there guiding, the part you love, becomes the biggest part of your day. This is all about getting your time and your passion back. And the results speak for themselves. You stop losing customers because you couldn't reply fast enough. You start building real loyalty because every single guest feels noticed and appreciated. You win back your evenings and weekends. And you instantly look more professional and buttoned up than your competition, which gives travelers that confidence they need to hit book. Okay, I know this can sound like a big project, but the good news is you don't have to build this whole thing overnight. Not at all. Let's look at a super simple checklist to get you some quick, easy wins right away. Seriously, just pick one of these to start. Set up a simple autoresponder so no web inquiry ever goes unanswered again. Or connect a form on your site to a Notion page so you stop losing track of leads. Maybe just automate a simple thank you email that asks for a review. Or heck, just use ChatGPT to save yourself an hour of social media brainstorming. Small steps can make a huge difference. And that brings us to the final and really the most important question. When you automate all the boring stuff and streamline your growth, all of this time and mental energy is suddenly yours again. So what are you going to do with it? What amazing new tour are you going to design? What incredible story are you going to uncover? That is the real power of this system. It gives you back the freedom to create,